Um, I just want to read from Luke chapter 5. And after that, I will not stay, but I will talk on that word. That is chapter 5 of the Gospel of Luke, chapter 5, verses 12 and verse 12 and 13. And it happened when he was, I think, let me just a little bit up. I just want to read from 11. So when they had brought their boats to the land, they forsook all and followed him. And it happened when he was in a certain city that, behold, a man who was full of leprosy saw Jesus. And he fell on his face and implored him, saying, Lord, if you are willing, you can make me clean. Then he put out his hand and touched him, saying, I am willing, be cleaned. Immediately the leprosy left him. Amen?
Amen.
Hallelujah. I hope we all know what leprosy means, especially in the time of the Old Testament time. Leprosy is a very meaningful thing, especially in a Jew. If a person has leprosy, he cannot come to the temple, he cannot touch his wife, or the wife cannot touch her husband, or the families. Nobody can just come to the leper person, and he will abandon himself. Even there is a kind of clothes that he has to wear, and everybody knows that by just looking to the clothes that he had, and oh, that's a leper person. So nobody is just coming to him. And even by himself, he said, I'm a leper person. And then everybody is just going from him. And he cannot touch him. Nobody also can touch him because of the law that was there. If somebody touches that leper person, and it will transfer on him. It's a very terrible thing, and it symbolizes sin in New Testament when I'm just looking at this one. But when I'm just looking to a person who had this kind of situation, when he is jeopardized and just being in this kind of trouble, if you don't have anybody who can just help you, you alone, you are the only one who is struggling and always dealing with the problem that you are always living with this kind of things, without any solution. If you don't have anything, any solution from anywhere, and even the priestess cannot touch him, there is no healing, there is no medicine for it at that time. And because already a person who has this kind of thing is just a person is already cursed. He's out of the community, just living abandoned. He's just, even animals are just better than a person who has that kind of things at that time. So he's abandoned, and nobody is there for him. Nobody is helping him at all. All this much time when these leper people are just living. During Jesus' time, one of a leper got a chance. And then he just looked to Jesus. And he was asking him, if you're just willing, you can clean me. How did he just knew that? The only person you can touch is Jesus. Amen. The only person that can touch and just avoid the trouble that you are in, the situation that you are in, the darkness, that the depths, that the problem that is in you, is the only person that can understand this issue is not the evangelists, not the pastors, not the priests, not the father, not the mother, anybody, not government, anybody. But Jesus can clean you. He can touch you. He can change you.
Amen.
Amen. He is the only one. When we are standing here, everybody, we have that chance to be touched by Jesus.
Amen.
That is why we are